Today we will be looking at OSCR, Oscar Health Inc. OSCR have made the headlines the past few months by having a massive move to the upside, followed by a much recent drop. Yesterday we had a minus 18%, and it has been attracting both headlines and traders. So today I will be walking through the price chart and what I am looking for in a possible trade for OSCR. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gustav. I am also known as Trader Gu. I am a part-time equity swing trader, and I am documenting my journey with high conviction trades, market insights, and lessons learned. Let's review the price action. So we will start from the beginning. And as you can see here, OSCR has not been listed for that long. It was first listed in March of 2021. And since the IPO, we have had a massive move to the downside. This is actually, oh wow, that's a 95%. That is significant. But since the end of 2022, we have actually had a market structure shift, and since then a bullish direction. So we could actually see here from this bearish price action was invalidated or flipped back in middle of 2023. And once we closed above this level here, that is when we had a bullish market structure shift, followed by a retracement, which would have been a very nice entry for those of you that were looking at this ticker at that time. And since then we have moved upwards. And what's interesting here for me is that we have a bearish monthly order block, which was formed just a few months after the IPO. And as you can see here, we have retested that level 3 times. So the first time tested, failed, tested again, went a little bit higher, failed, and then followed by a bearish market structure. And now just recently we have tested it again, and now we have in the retracement. And what is interesting here from my perspective is that we actually made a higher high on the monthly time frame, indicating a high time frame reversal or continuation if you're considering the bottom. So we closed above this level here, 21.25, and now we have in the retracement. So on a higher time frame, this is most likely moving higher. And what I would be looking for here is that we have a monthly bullish order block at this level here, which is $13 to $14. That would be a very nice high risk reward entry. And if I were to enter at that level, I would most likely keep my stop loss just below the invalidation level for this order block, and I would be targeting most likely the highs. And if we will look at the Fibonacci level for this move, we could see that we are very close to the 0.586, which is a good level to consider for entry based on my experience. That of course would not make the risk reward as good, but if we would look at the target levels for this move here, the 0.618, which is one of my favorite target levels, that could be a good take profit level, or maybe even -1 here for a greedy target. But that is a long way. I think this is 82%. Yeah, we have retested this order block. It's not invalidated yet, and I'm considering this bearish one. But so far, this is looking bullish on the monthly time frame. Okay, let's go to the weekly time frame. And here again, we can see that we have had a bearish market structure since September, October last year. So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And then in this area here, this is where we had the market structure shift. And once we closed above this level here, once we closed the weekly candle above $16, so this was in May this year, that is, at least from my perspective, that is where we are making a market structure shift or bullish reversal to the upside. And if I was looking at this stock at that time, maybe I would have considered an entry point around the $13 level. We did not reach it. Instead, we built strength around this level here, and then we continued upwards. And if we have a look at the Fibonacci level for this move here, yeah, you can see it's we had the retracement to the 586, built strength, moved higher, and then actually we tapped the 0.618 level, which that would most likely have been my target take profit level. Or if I would have considered this weekly bearish order block, I might have exited at 21.61. This is about 5% difference, but generally that would have been a very nice trade, which I was not a part of. So entry levels on the weekly, I could see that we are tapping this weekly bullish order block. It's $15.5. And considering the weekly time frame, I mean, you could possibly consider such a trade as here, keeping the invalidation level below $13.6, but for me that is too risky. I would keep the stop loss below the monthly invalidation level. And again, 15.5 here, that could be an interesting level to look for a lower time frame entry. And then back to the monthly. Yeah, either you could. I would wait and see when we're reaching that level and see what the low time frame price action looks like. But typically I think it looks bullish. I would be a little bit hesitant that since we have already reached the reached the 0.618 target, but we did not reach the -1. So this, yeah, it could be interesting. But again, this is not my favorite ticker to trade, since it's not much data. We have not been on the market for too long, but I do think this is interesting, and I will for sure consider taking a position if we are retracing all the way to my monthly bullish order block area of interest to trade. And yeah, so let me know in the comments, are you currently a holder of OSCR? Have you been considering to open position? Are you trading it? I'm very curious to know what you are up to. So let me know in the comments, and that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.